All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's me, Hunter. Sorry, I was gone for a couple of weeks. Been really busy, kind of working behind the scenes on the news that I am excited to share with you today. And that news is that The Broken World Book 2 is coming very, very soon. And I say very, very soon because I don't have like a specific release date just yet, but I wanted to put this out there so that you guys know that it is on the horizon, that it is coming. And also I wanted to put this out there to the world, manifest a little bit, if you will, to really put pressure on me. Once you announce it, it's kind of like, well, now I guess it has to happen. And that's kind of what I want. So, the book is really, really, really close. I've just been making a few rewrites to kind of smooth some things out, and just kind of make it work a little bit better. And one of the things that I just kind of wanted to share is I learned so much from book one. And book one was such an amazing experience to be a part of. And one of the things that I found out, is I worked so hard, on that first book. And I wanted to put every bit of effort and time and put as much quality in there as I could. And you know what? There were still a few mistakes. You still run into some, difficulties like that. I don't know if anything can ever really be perfect, but what I want you guys to know is moving forward, I've learned a lot from that, and I want to take what I've learned and apply it moving forward. And I also want to upkeep a little bit of momentum. These are smaller stories. These are episodic, and one of my goals has always been to make sure that they come out at a consistent and faster rate. I don't want you waiting, a year, 2 years for a 150-page book. So with book two, I have learned a lot, and I did not anticipate it taking this long for me to kind of get it all together and get it to the place where I think it's ready. But I'm glad I took that time because I learned a lot of things from book one. And I think I've been able to apply some of those techniques to book two. And what I want you guys to know first and foremost, above all else, is that I put the utmost respect into your time and into these books. And these stories, to me, I mean, they're not really my stories. They are adventures that I get to be a part of. And so for me, working on this has been an absolute privilege. And what I want to do is share with you guys the most accurate representation of what I get to see on a day-to-day basis, kind of interacting with these characters and hanging out with Dust Bunny, and doing all of these things. And so what I want to do is put all of that effort that I can, but also release these books at a perhaps more reasonable rate. I don't really want there to be a 5, 6 month difference between each book. And so I've got some processes in place to kind of help move forward. But you never know, life happens. So that's the plan for now. But we'll see how it goes, right? And so very excited to announce that book two is coming out. I want to go ahead and throw up here on the screen the cover art for it. So here we have The Broken World Book Two, titled The Lost Spark. It was titled The Lost Necklace for the longest time, and when you read it, you'll kind of see why. But looking back, I'm like, that was such a goofy title. Why did I use that? But yep, this is the cover art that we will be using for book two. So excited for you guys to meet some of the characters that are introduced, especially Rick. Rick is, I mean, he's amazing in his own little way. And so I'm super excited that he gets to join the fray, if you will. Another thing that I'm really excited about is the Broken World website. So www.brokenworldbook.com is the official website for the Broken World book series, as well as my current, like author website. And on it, I have a wiki, and I'm really excited to kind of put more stories and put some more content on this wiki. I put some things on there and kind of left it be for a little while. But one of the things that I've really been thinking about lately is how a lot of author websites, You go there, you visit, you get some information about the guy or the girl, or whoever it is, you're looking at, and I wanted to, but other than that, there's really not a lot of reason to be there, unless you maybe want to buy a book or something like that. But what I want to do is make the Broken World website a place that you want to be at. I want there to be short stories. I want there to be separate adventures and more info and lore about your favorite characters, and just all kinds of things, right? And so I would really like to continue to put that out there and continue to fill that out until there's just a whole world, kind of in the website itself. If you're reading the book, and you're like, man, I would really like to see more about this island or this character, you can go to the wiki and see more about that. Because the books are set up in a unique way. They're small, they're episodic, and so it's going to take time for that world to really build. And if you're gung ho like me, there's a lot going on, kind of on the side and in the background, kind of away from the focal point of these characters. And so I'd really like to put that out there, for you guys to see and enjoy, and just have more time to spend, in the Broken World. And so that's going to be really cool. If there's something that you guys want to see, or if there are characters that you're interested in or want to learn more about, I would be happy to write those stories and draw that art, and put more on there. And so that's going to be a goal moving forward. And one of the things, this is just a me thing, I really like the idea of this. I would really like to put a lot of content and a lot of information kind of in the wiki, that will maybe apply later on in the books. You're like, oh man, I can't believe, XYZ is, I read this really cool, short story on the Broken World website, and then when you read the book, you're like, oh my goodness, I remember this, and so. I think that would be cool. Not like a spoilery kind of thing, but it's almost kind of like, Hunter, you told us in advance. That's what I like to do, is kind of give you all the clues, especially when I'm talking to Nick, one of my editors and beta readers. He's, I'm all the time like, oh, can you believe that this person dies? And he's like, what? And just fun things like that you might be able to see on the wiki. I would be really excited if you could piece some of those clues or hints together. Let me know what you think, and it's just a fun thing to do. So super excited about all of that. Moving forward, I do want to release these books, at a better pace, and I think I've got everything in place to do that, while retaining that quality, while retaining that level of effort. So I think that we can do that. I think book two is going to be, it's to me, I think it's going to be a really great story. I think all the plot points are there. I think the story goes the way that it's supposed to. I like to consider myself a good storyteller, but I'm also a bad writer. So it's a weird dichotomy there, but I think the story is there. I just want to make sure that it's written and done in the best way possible. And it's also kind of a mark. I know that, book two, like I said before, if you think that book one is kind of weird and wild, and goofy and ridiculous, and in all of those ways, book two is double that. So I think that if this isn't really, if you were kind of iffy, on book one, you're either going to love or hate book two. And so that's exciting, but it's also daunting because, book two, and in really a sequel to anything is always kind of like weird territory, right? Because if your first book or your first movie or your first anything is any kind of decent, well, now you have this standard to uphold, right? And I just want to make sure that, book two is the best that it can be, but also tell that story and tell that story as honestly as I can, because it is weird and wacky and wild and ridiculous, in a lot of fun ways. And so if you liked the first one, I think you'll really love the second one, because it's the first one, but even more. The characters that we get to meet, I have been writing about for a long, long time. And for you to finally meet them is really a dream of mine. So the Lost Spark coming soon. Again, don't have an official date for it, but look, if you check the links down below, you'll see my X profile, you'll see, my Instagram, you'll see everything. And I will definitely be updating, with information there. But also, I will be sure to update you guys, on YouTube. Look, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I've been absolutely astounded by the amount of views that I get per video, which I know don't seem like a lot, but like I don't think I know 15 or 20 people in this world, all right? And the fact that 15 or 20 people like watch each of these videos is kind of wild. I know that probably 5 of those are me, but that's besides the point, all right? But look, feel free, and I would love to see what you guys think in the comments. I have been again astounded that you guys have been commenting and just seeming to enjoy what's been going on, and so I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. And I am super excited that the adventure continues with book two and beyond, and book three is only going to be bigger and better, hopefully in all of the right ways. So thank you. Be on the lookout. Adventure is coming. Dust Bunny is back, and we're gonna find some donuts in the broken world. So peace. I'm out. Keep an eye out.